Alright, see what I got going on here? That's a 12-inch superlift lift spring, leaf spring for square body Chevy. Okay, people say that these things will not flex, and they didn't like the ride, so on and so forth. How I got that set up, it's pretty much how I see them. See that shackle there? See that angle? I'm about to show you what you should do before you install a 12-inch lift. You pay that much, you get what you want, you know what I mean, you get in your lift. And I'll even show you the number on it so you know it's a 12-inch lift per square body. See that? 12-inch lift square body. You can even look up the number. So, there is 2 leaves supposedly taken out of these. They still look like they're retaining 12 inches and bigger than the ones I got under my truck, and these are going to go under my truck. Now I'm making this because this is bolted to that, and my redneck way of showing people of what you can do to make that leaf spring work for you. So people aren't like, oh, well, you know what I mean, this doesn't work for me. Yeah, it has a heavy arch to it, but you're getting your lift from it to clear bigger fucking tires. Excuse my language. To clear bigger tires. Now, we'll even show you that's about how it would be sitting under your truck, other than the degree might be just a touch off. So, I brought them out because I got to put one bushing on it. And I figured I'd show you, make an example. There's another guy on YouTube that did one out of like some kind of metal. He's got an actual board of explaining this. And if you pay attention to him, he's telling you the truth because he knows what he's talking about. I happen to watch the video because it's the same thing I explain to people all the time on the internet. If you see that shackle there, the reason why your 12-inch lift is riding like crap is because the only movement you're actually getting is whatever you're getting from the leaf spring flexing, going up and down like that. The shackle is actually supposed to be doing all the work. Now I'm going to set you up and show you what you could get out of it in brief. So let's get you facing the shackle. Gotta use a chair, obviously. Okay, let me show you. This is how you'd want it. See how the only movement you'd get is, you know what I mean, it don't even want to move right now. So if you took this out, and breathe, just watch, and moved it like that, up on your frame. Alright, you ready for it? I'm going to hold the bolt. See all that? So, you would get, you got your shackle set up like that. Watch. When it moves, and your axle drops, like my fucking glasses here, watch now. See that? If you put it on a steeper angle, it's hard to do because this thing's like 100 pounds. So watch. See that? Get all that out of it, and to be less stubborn with you. Good set of shocks, some Belsteins, you know what I mean? But there's a problem with it altogether though. Okay? So, if you can understand that. If I could drill a hole up there, you know what I mean, you ain't gonna get, you know what I mean, what your truck is actually trying to do with this kind of shackle angle is it's trying to push the leaf spring when the axle's articulating like this, and see how it wants to fight itself. So if I had another hole, right? See that? See how it's moving? If you have it like this, it's hard to do, right? Because your leaf spring will go like this, because that's its actual movement it's supposed to do. So if you have it forward, you can understand how that's working. So, lift kits, they don't give you really good shocks. I'm hoping you guys understand this little brief explanation on a 12-inch leaf pack. But anyway, this is what I brought it out to do. When I bought that guy screwed up. He said, oh, we got a little too hot on the exhaust because this was on an OBS square body. Well, not an OBS square body. These leaf springs were on an OBS 90s body SAS conversion, and he had these on, I believe, backwards for some reason, and I don't think he liked the way they rode, but because his shackle angle was probably just like this, like I'm saying. So that's the problem altogether with these. You know, you'll get it, like, trust me, if you want it to ride better, this has to go over. You want that angle, just like a rear shackle flip. You want that angle. You might even get, let me put you back. We'll try straight up and down. Put you back. Okay. We'll try straight up and down. Even straight up and down. Straight up and down, right? You probably get just a little bit more better flex, but like I said, you could even move it on a good 45 and you got all that to it. And whatever your leaf spring, if you take a leaf or so, this has a lot of it, and I guess we'll know, you know what I mean, when I flex this thing. But I guess we'll know when I do it. But that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to move the shackle hanger up, and I just in brief threw that together because, you know what I mean, nobody shows you stuff like that. Nobody tells you stuff like that. I'm going to tell you that. So we'll go to my truck right now, the Burb, and you can see how my shackle angle is now, because I've explained this in a couple different videos of what I was going to do. That's just a little brief example, and I gave you a crappy video yesterday. I figure I'd give you something a little bit better today. Today was supposed to be my video for the dogs, for my dogs. So you can see how that is. On the 12-inch lift, this is going to be further that way. Exactly how I got it sitting on that swing set. And you can look at any truck with it, like, if they didn't already move it over, there's one guy with a K10 that he had 12-inch lift springs on, you'll be able to find on here. He's actually moved his too, because he knew, but he didn't move his up as far forward as I was going. I'm going to go with mine. Mine is all this is going to get moved right there. So I got that angle. So when this drops, this is going to go that way. So when it faces, the shackle angle will face this way, it's going to go like that, how it's actually supposed to do it. So when you got this right here, this probably not as moving as well as it should. Now we'll go to a rear. So, better example is how I got this shackle flip. So, because I changed this, and it's got two of those 12-inch leaf springs from them packs, said to be down there, it gives it its level on a factory 56 spring. So I gained probably about 3 inches of lift off a factory spring, not an add a leaf. Them leaves that I put under here had some arch like them 12s back there, so I'm assuming it might have came out of that pack. This used to have a greater angle to it, but it still flexes. So when you do a shackle flip, you want that shackle flip like this, on an angle. You know what I mean? Not this way. You don't want this type of shackle angle on a rear, because what's going to happen, you know what I mean? I don't think even Shit Road Design explains this. Most of us on talk pages, DIY 4X Talk Tech, will explain this. We've even explained it to a guy recently. He has their brand shackle flip. Unfortunately, I thought these were good. It works, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. So what happens is, if you got a straight up and down, or even a pitch forward, like slightly, what happens when you articulate the axle, it starts going like this, is this will rotate that way. And in some cases, if you got that hillbilly, you know what I mean, a factory hanger with it cut out, don't. That's garbage. You'll end up ruining all kinds of parts with that rig. So when it flips forward, it'll keep going. If the shackle angle is like that, it'll keep going and it'll flip up. It'll be stuck up here, and then you'll have your tire up in your wheel well, and you'll look like a weirdo. So make sure you put those flip kits on right. This is a square body. This is 3/4 ton. If you see those holes, you can see the hole right there, right there. This is for a 52. So if I took this off, move that to those and drill them out, I can put a 52 leaf on here, but these are 56, so this is how it's supposed to be. This, what's nice about these off-road design ones, they're easier to understand, but some people just don't know directions. So the short side is how you're actually supposed to have it. I can flip this backwards and run this on the opposite side and the driver's side over here. And I could be able to, at that location, run a longer spring if I want to. So even when you do a 63 swap, you have to move this forward, because I believe this right here is, from there to that pin is 24. So a 63 is 29, so that would have to go forward like 3 inches. And you'd be able to bolt it right into that shackle then, because I believe the back would be like 30 or wherever, however that back is. It'd be the same amount if you move that front hanger forward. 52 trucks might be just a touch different, and by the way, I'll explain that too. Some people don't know. I'm getting tired explaining it on social media, and I'm trying to get out of here, out of this shit box. So the more views that I can get, the better, and the more subscribes, the better. So these on your square body, there's like 3, from what I've seen, maybe even 4 different versions of this. So this is because this one's on a Suburban that hangs down. The 2-wheel drive one will be up closer to the body mount. So when you do a 2-wheel drive conversion to 4x4 conversion, you're going to have issues with this. You need one of these from a 4x4. You're never going to get the correct lift, even from a lift spring, without a 4x4 one. So you see how much drop is there. Let's go to a 79 or 77, not a 79, 77 frame, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, how different they are. So hidden back here is spare parts. More and more. You gotta always have spare parts for square body. So we'll come through the woods, and I'll blow it up because I probably can't even get over there. Okay. See how much more drop that is? If I put that on my truck, I would probably gain, and I'd need to degrease him then, probably at least 3 inches more lift, and that's the biggest one you can get, and that's off the 70s. 73 to like 81 frame. I'll even get closer to that shackle to understand me explaining that yesterday, the difference in thickness, and then I'll go back to the 80s body style if you're looking for a cheap and easy fix upgrade. So those are leaves anyway. That's your thickness for 70s shackle. Ain't much beef there at all. Little rinky dinky bolts. Alright. We'll go to an 88 shackle. Yes, this one's bent because I use it for other things. But that's how much thicker 80s body one is, and I believe they're even a little bit longer on, I think the 89 to 91. I think they're just a little bit longer, and I think they even had bigger bushings. I believe they had this bushing in here. You see, that's my spur bolt I said yesterday, sitting in that. But that's the... No, this one right here, this would be this bushing. This is what the guy did. This bushing is actually supposed to be back there. That bushing is supposed to be up front because that has the big ass bolt in it. So because I have spare pack, you know what I mean, this bushing has to come completely out, and I gotta put my Skyjacker one in it, and those have polyurethane better than factory bushings. It's needless to say. But yeah, this is the only thing I can show that proves that the other two leaves that I have in there, that much pin, were on these. Other than these, I don't know how he had them, if one was up under that one and the smaller one is under that. But you know what I mean, obviously they're pretty goddamn stiff springs. They're gonna be stiff because of the amount of arch you got. But if you want more flex out of a 12-inch leaf, don't leave it that way. Don't leave the shackle that way. You know what I mean? That is not gonna work. As I was just explaining, that angle is not gonna work. It's gonna ride like dog shit, obviously. So when you're on social media complaining about a 12-inch leaf, understand if you see me saying something about it, it ain't all that bad, because so if it ain't a, you know what I mean, a 2.5 ton leaf spring under your truck. You think of how rough that works, or a semi leaf spring under your truck. It would probably ride it probably not even flex at all. So if you move that angle, like I was saying, and moved your shackle up, I know it seems like a lot of work, but that's why companies like Off-Road Design, I'll just call them Shit Road Design, and DIY 4 by Kurt sells the bigger shackle mount. And Kurt himself, well, he's even told me personally that I should have moved my shackle forward before I installed it. He thought I was gonna. He knew what I was doing, because I told him way before. Sometimes I got secrets and I do it ahead of time, and then I'll post a video of it later. Like sometimes it might be months later, whenever I got time to do it. Well, I got nothing but time right now, because the cost of everything in the world is a pain in the ass. So right now, if you can all believe me on that, everybody believes me. Nobody wants to pay fucking $8 to even $5 to $4 a gallon for gas. So if you understand what I mean, consider that you want to shackle on a 12-inch front leaf like this, or even like that, and that would help you out. You'd get more out of your leaf spring instead of your leaf spring the way it is right now. This is the part, the leaf spring itself, and you probably went through 12 that you had to replace a 12-inch leaf pack because it broke on you too. You know what I mean? They'll snap off right in here. They'll split right down there, all the way down it because of the pin. And it's all due to this steel right here not being allowed to do what it actually is supposed to function at. So if you want extra lift, then go ahead, leave your shackle that way. But if you want it to ride just a touch better than what you got to understand, you're getting what you pay for. You're getting your lift, but you can also do away with some lift and move that shackle forward. You might not lose lift. You can also get more. I'm leaving that part out too. If you have a longer shackle and moved it up, you might even get more flex. Don't count on the spring to flex. The shackle's what's supposed to be doing all the work. Just understand what I mean by it. You guys have a good day. I'm not going to do anything other than put a bushing in this, and hopefully I don't have a bad day. So just understand what I mean by it. Enjoy. If you're watching it, like, subscribe. Have a good day.